The Alchemy of Anger. How emotional triggers fuel social movements in an era defined by digital unrest and global interconnectedness. Emotional triggers have become the clandestine catalysts propelling social movements forward. From climate justice campaigns to racial equity protests, these potent psychological tools shape narratives that ignite collective action. This exploration delves into the complex relationship between human emotion and societal transformation. We'll examine how rage, fear, hope, and empathy function as double-edged swords in activist spaces. Decoding human emotions in activist spaces. Social movements thrive on emotional resonance rather than rational persuasion alone. Psychological studies show that emotionally charged messages are up to 3 times more likely to be remembered than neutral ones. This phenomenon underpins why activists deliberately craft compelling stories meant to awaken dormant feelings within audiences. Anger often serves as the initial spark for mobilization efforts. The visceral reaction to injustice can override analytical thinking processes, making individuals more susceptible to persuasive messaging about systemic change. However, unchecked anger risks devolving into destructive behaviors that undermine movement goals. Rage is mobilizing force. Historical examples demonstrate how righteous indignation has propelled landmark civil rights achievements, from Selma marches to #MeToo movement gains. Fear's double edges. While fear can motivate protective actions, excessive anxiety may lead to paralysis or reactionary policies that contradict progressive values. Empathy. The unseen glue of collective action. Beneath every impactful protest lies a foundation of shared humanity. Empathy allows individuals to connect across differences, transforming abstract issues into personal stakes. Neuroscientific research reveals mirror neuron activity when people witness others' suffering, creating biological pathways for solidarity formation. Creative storytelling techniques exploit this neurological mechanism through strategic use of visual imagery, audio cues, and narrative structures designed to evoke empathetic responses. Documentaries exposing police brutality, for instance, employ slow-motion footage and close-ups to heighten viewer identification with victims. Quantifying empathy's impact. A Stanford University study found that participants exposed to emotionally resonant climate documentaries were 68% more likely to participate in environmental initiatives afterward. These findings confirm that well-crafted narratives significantly influence behavioral outcomes. However, manipulation of empathy requires ethical boundaries. Exploiting tragic images without context can reduce complex issues to voyeuristic spectacles rather than fostering genuine understanding. The duality of hope and despair. While despair might seem counterproductive to activism, it actually plays a crucial role in highlighting urgent needs. A Pew Research Center survey showed that 79% of climate activists cited feeling overwhelmed by crisis information as their primary motivator for engagement. Conversely, cultivating hope must remain central to long-term success. Positive reinforcement mechanisms help sustain participation amid inevitable setbacks. Effective campaigns balance stark realities with tangible solutions to maintain momentum without inducing burnout. Triggering fear without inciting panic. Strategic use of fear can drive immediate policy changes while avoiding mass hysteria. Public health campaigns successfully leverage threat perception principles to promote vaccination rates without causing public alarm. Similarly, anti-trafficking organizations deploy calculated urgency to compel legislative action. Maintaining this delicate equilibrium requires careful framing of threats. Emphasizing agency over helplessness ensures fearful reactions translate into constructive problem-solving rather than apocalyptic thinking patterns. Resisting manipulation through critical awareness. Vigilance against emotional exploitation is essential in maintaining authentic activism. Recognizing when emotions are being weaponized helps prevent co-optation by opportunists seeking political capital. This awareness empowers individuals to engage thoughtfully rather than reactively. Developing emotional intelligence enables activists to harness powerful feelings productively. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation and structured reflection practices provide necessary grounding during high-emotion moments. Reclaiming control over our emotional responses, active emotional regulation strategies transform reactive states into proactive engagement. Cognitive restructuring methods allow individuals to reframe distressing situations as opportunities for positive change rather than insurmountable obstacles. Support systems play critical roles in this process. Peer networks offer safe spaces for processing intense experiences without succumbing to toxic emotional cycles that could derail progress toward common goals. Elevating conscious resistance practices, integrating mindful resistance techniques enhances both individual resilience and group cohesion. Breathwork exercises before demonstrations, conscious presence training, and trauma-informed leadership development contribute to sustained activism without compromising mental wellness. These approaches create space for productive dialogue even amidst heated confrontations. By prioritizing self-awareness, communities foster environments where strong emotions catalyze growth instead of fragmentation. Building sustainable movement cultures, durable social movements require intentional cultural shaping. Establishing norms around respectful disagreement, recognizing emotional labor contributions, and promoting work-life balance ensure longevity despite emotionally demanding contexts. Leadership models that emphasize vulnerability and transparency build trust while modeling healthy coping mechanisms. When leaders openly acknowledge stressors, they normalize self-care practices among followers. Conclusion: the interplay between emotion and social change remains complex yet profoundly influential. Understanding this dynamic equips activists to navigate turbulent landscapes with greater intentionality and effectiveness. By mastering our emotional responses, we reclaim power from manipulative forces and channel raw energy into transformative possibilities. This conscious approach turns volatile emotions into engines of enduring progress rather than temporary outbursts,